have a tough time winning football games. So we did all those things, all those cliched things. I think we've upgraded. We continue to try to upgrade our playmaking ability at the skill positions on offense, and then a huge need for us in losing those 4 senior linemen was the offensive line, which I think we addressed that very, very well.
Did you have to do more of that time than you might have done in years past, just because of how much was walking out the door, and a little maybe you guys got a year ago at that position?
Yeah, I think last year, what did we sign? Only 2 O-linemen last year or something like that, right? So I think last year's smallness in numbers certainly led to an increased urgency to have to go sign those guys. And again, with last year at Ohio State, we're not going to just sign a guy and fill a spot. If we don't think he can help us win a national championship, we're not going to sign him. So those guys weren't out there towards the end of recruiting last year. So that put us in a dire need of urgency this year. But Coach Warner and Mark Pantoni and their staff, and really the entire staff, did a great job coming through with. We signed 5 offensive linemen this year, and all 5 of them, none of them are guys that you think would be reaches at Ohio State.
Does Braxton count as part of this class?
No, probably should. No.
How important is Mark Pantoni to this competition?
I don't know how to quantify it. I mean, he's invaluable. He's worth whatever they're paying him. He's worth that times 2. And he does a phenomenal job of not only the things that you guys see, the fun stuff on Twitter, the boom, the swagger knot, and all that cool stuff. And what he does is, one, he allows, especially during the season, kind of picks up a lot of the slack that from us, because we're so immersed in the season and coaching our guys and getting ready to play games on Saturdays. And then the stuff you guys don't see, the organization of recruit weekends, the organization of us going on the road, recruiting, all that stuff. So it's unbelievable.
How would you describe what he does?
He's the glue that holds the entire recruiting operation together. I don't know what the best way that he's a liaison between us and recruits and parents and coaches, and he feeds you information as a coach in terms of knowing every single thing you can know about a kid before you decide to offer him a scholarship. And then, basically, if it has to do with recruiting, he's got his hands on it and or organized it himself.
So Coach, you door to recruiting?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Yeah, definitely the front door.
Have you done the Cliff Notes on the 19 hours yet? I'm sorry if I missed it.
No, you didn't miss it, but it's going to be brief.
Take us through the ordeal.
Really, what started off as kind of, hey, I'm going to, have fun, might as well, I'm stuck in traffic, turned, pretty scary when you hit the 15, 16-hour mark and you're seeing ladies strolling their babies down the middle of a 5-lane interstate because they got to get them out of their cars and they don't have anywhere to go, and there's ice about 2 or 3 inches thick on the road. And then I didn't have any food or drink, not even a sip of water from Tuesday at 9 a.m. to Wednesday at 7 a.m. So it was, by the time I got out and decided to walk, I don't know that I had all my bearings. And then obviously the great ending to the story, the Good Samaritan, Terry Spiller, picking me up from the gas station where I was huddled in just because I couldn't make it any farther to the airport, and taking me to go catch my plane to Dallas.
Did you at that point you were asking for a ride, correct?
Oh yeah, he was the first guy that showed up at the airport. It was about 15 minutes. I was kind of huddled at the gas station. Yeah, and
you said, "I'm Tom Herman."
I didn't. I didn't tell him. Yeah, I just said, "Hey, this is really awkward. I understand, but this is kind of a awkward situation that everybody's in." I said, "I'll pay you $100 if you drive me that last 1.5 miles or 2 miles, whatever it was, to the airport." He had a Delta jacket on, so I assumed that's where he was going. He was just filling up in the morning, and I saw planes taking off, and I knew if I could get to the airport, I'd have a chance. And he looked me straight in the eye. He said, "I'm not going to take your money." you know, for a split second. I was crushed, and he said, "Get in the car, but I'm not taking your money. Let's go."
That's going to be a motivational story for your players.
It's awesome.
Down the road.
Yeah.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
Yes, correct. All of the above.
Is he going to be on your ticket list?
Anytime he wants. Anytime he wants.
So he had no issues getting from the gas station to the. I mean, it moved quicker from there.
Yeah, the road was clear. It still had about 2 inches of ice, so it did take us about 20 minutes just to go 2 miles with no traffic. Because we were hazard lights. He was, 10 and 2, foot white knuckled on the steering wheel. I mean, it was still, even though there was no traffic, we were, just sliding everywhere.
You never played the Ohio State card?
I didn't until he got me to the front door, and I said, Terry, I got to know him a little bit, know his family, know his background. He's from Chicago, moved to the Atlanta area after 8 years in the Marines, and we got to the front door of the airport, and he was dropping me off, and I think he asked me about my shirt or my bag or my luggage or something like that, and I said, yeah, I'm coach at Ohio State. Gave him my card, said, anything you need, man, let me know.
Did you already have some nourishment at that point, or no?
I had a bottle of water at that point, and I got into the airport and scarfed down like an egg and sausage sandwich or something.
I know the coaches have pretty good camaraderie and chemistry, but when you call back and tell these guys this in the moment, are they giving you some shit about this? Or?
Absolutely. All of them. And I wasn't the only one. It was weird that my story garnered as much attention as it did, because I know the running backs coach at Clemson was stuck on a different freeway. One of my friends in coaching from Georgia State, we were texting back and forth till 2, 3 in the morning. And mine just, people started just picked mine up and ran with it a little bit, but they were very similar situations. Now, they didn't get out and walk and have to go to get on an airplane or anything, but they're very similar, scary situations.
Which recruit were you going to?
I guess I'm allowed to tell you, right?
Yeah.
Now I can tell you. Yeah, going to see Demetrius Knox, which was pretty important. That Coach Warner was already there, and actually Coach Warner was stuck in the same. He was in Atlanta with me, but he was at a different high school about 40 minutes ahead of me, and made it through. And
you went together.
We went together, but in separate cars, because he was in a different high school, going to a couple different high schools, and he made it. And now it took him 7 hours to get from Kennesaw.
Did he go with you to Texas from Atlanta, or
Correct. Yeah,
okay.
But he made it on the 7:30 p.m. flight.
Oh, okay.
I was in my car till the 9 a.m. next morning flight.
Yeah.
When you get to Demetrius' house, do you tell him, kid, do you know what we've been through to get here to see you?
I laid a little bit of guilt on him.
Yeah.
Not tremendous. He was at that point we had kind of squashed all the other school stuff and this, that, and the other, and so it was just one final check-in to make sure that everything's okay.
In all seriousness, though, when you get home after a trip like that, just how thankful are you to see your wife and kids and be able to give them a hug and a kiss? And
Unbelievably thankful.
You were in.
Me and my wife watched what was it, Captain Phillips, the movie with Tom Hanks, a really good movie, and he's getting taken over by pirates, and he's emailing his wife saying, honey, just another day at the office, or another day at work. She's like, man, you guys never want the wives to worry, because I didn't tell her. I said, hey, I'm in a little bit of traffic, but I think I'm going to go. And she goes to bed pretty early now with the newborn at home, and she didn't know what the heck was going on until I called her at like 6:30 in the morning and said, hey, I'm out here in the middle of nowhere trying to walk to the airport.
she's like, what happened?
Yeah. Yeah.
Going back to Austin's question about Braxton, how important was it to recruit number 5, so to speak, back here?
Oh, it's tremendously important for us and for him. And I don't know that there was a whole lot of recruitment going on, to be honest with you. I think Coach Meyer would be the first to tell you that we want what's best for our guys. And if in our heart of hearts we thought it was in his best interest to declare early, we would have told him and supported him. And we gave him our honest opinion and said that we felt like it was important for him to come back and continue to get better. And hopefully if he continues to improve on the trajectory that he has, then he's got a chance to go pretty high in the NFL draft.